You're listening to UCW Radio.
In your face.
What we got here is a failure to communicate.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
You know what I mean?
Money to be made in a place like this.
Money never sleeps, pal.
You're crazy. Don't run when you lose. Don't whine when it hurts.
You know what it takes to sell real estate?
It takes brass.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
All right, welcome to Money Never Sleeps. This is the show where we talk about everything and anything that impacts the flow of money from around the corner to around the world. Firstly, I want to send out prayers, from myself and everyone at Money Never Sleeps, UCW Radio Show, Falcon Global Acquisitions, for all those impacted by by Hurricane Harvey. Especially those in Houston who have been pounded with rain over the past few days, creating very dangerous conditions. This is definitely one of the worst floods that hit the area in some time. And the Gulf states are prone to flooding in general, but nothing like this. I went through Hurricane Sandy personally, and it was a bad one. From the power outages and lack of gas supplies, it was something that I would never, ever want to go through again. So I understand, what this is doing for Houston and the surrounding areas. I remember having to stand on a long line to get gas, and it wasn't for me. I was getting gas to help people to power their generators so they had power, and going out to help as many people as I could, because this is what people are doing now in Houston. They're doing as much as they can to help. People are coming from all over the country to go there and help, and probably all over the world soon. And, I even went to the point that I was doing some supply gatherings for pets and distributing those to people that needed it, because they couldn't feed their dogs or their cats or their fish or their hamsters, whatever the case may be, because there was nothing open. And this is a time when everyone needs to pitch in and help in the ways that they can. It is so important. So important. And this is what makes America great, that when the chips are down, people will go and they'll step in to do what they need to do to help their fellow man. And that's being human. That's part of humanity. As much as the things that are going on in the world and politics and all this nonsense and all this violence, this is real stuff. This is Mother Nature, exacting her powerful force, and us as people coming in to help. That's what's important. Not the individual political views and all this nonsense of people getting hurt because of what they believe in. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Houston Texans, J.J. Watt, he's a great guy. He jumped into action, creating a crowdfunding effort to help with relief efforts in Houston. You can find that at www.ucaring.com/JJ Watt. And as I said, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you can to help. And I believe that, everyone, no matter how big or how small, whatever you do to help is going to have a positive impact. As people are being evacuated from their homes, they're losing everything they have. Their homes are underwater. They're walking out with a couple of bags of whatever they can salvage. Now, do you think the insurance company is going to step in right away to help them? No. These people are going to be homeless for a little bit as FEMA comes in to do what they need to do. In Louisiana, New Orleans, people are still living in the FEMA homes that were brought in there. And this is the stuff that kind of needs to stop. All right, and it bugs me because there are things out there that can be done to make things better. All right, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when the water subsides, the help doesn't stop there. The devastation will remain for some time, from homes and businesses to ports and roads, all having to be repaired. The biggest damage would have to be, the houses and the buildings. The water damage will be extensive. And the cleanup as well as the rebuilding process will take a lot of time. As the insurance companies and FEMA, they're going to sift through it all. And they're going to try to figure it out. But, they're human too. So really, are they going to be able to do it quick enough? People in New Orleans, after Katrina, they're still dealing with it. And what was it, about a decade ago? The biggest issue in areas that are prone to flooding is preparedness. Is the government doing enough to ensure the reduction of damage when these natural events occur? Are the insurance companies doing enough to come up with solutions that help property owners and the companies themselves? I'd have to say they are not. Not because they don't want to, but because they don't have a way to. This is why innovation is key, and it's also why changing how construction is done today will have a positive impact on communities, states, the country, the world for that matter. Horn Global Industries, better known as HGI, is pioneering in the technology-driven modular manufacturing arena. Being a truly innovative technology company with a keen focus on modular construction, HGI is seeking to change how construction is done today and affordably. That's a key thing, making it affordable for everyone. It can't just be something that's for people that are looking to spend tens of thousands of millions of dollars on protecting their home. No, it should be for everyone. Everyone. All right, because we're all human, and we all have properties. We all have, things that we need to protect in the cases of disasters as Hurricane Harvey. So that's what HGI is doing. The homes and buildings that will be built will not incorporate traditional building materials, and that's a big plus. Pretty much the home's going to be recyclable, the building's going to be recyclable. They'll be water and mold proof. Now, how helpful would that be now? Termite proof, fire retardant, as well as hurricane resistant up to 200 mile an hour winds, plus over 200 miles an hour. Now, just imagine if you had something like that now, with what's going on in Houston. The smart technology that will be standard in all builds range from proprietary solar power systems to smart home systems, preparing these homes for the next few decades of innovation, because technology will continue to get more advanced. So innovation is key. And is keeping these homes in place, or these buildings in place during times of disasters, hurricanes, floods, things like that, is important. Because you want your home to be there. You don't want your home to get washed away and destroyed, if at all possible. So HGI is doing everything they can to introduce a product that's going to do just that. The addition of proprietary supplemental water systems, also from HGI, will allow the builders to have a secondary, consistent, clean drinking water supply in the event of disasters such as Hurricane Harvey. Having the technology in place that will have consistent primary power in the HGI builds is a key element, as traditional builds can be without power for weeks, if not months. If there is no backup generator in place, I went through it. Okay, when you don't have power and you don't have gas and you don't have food, you don't have anywhere to get all this stuff, you can be out of commission for a couple of weeks. And this was New York. So just imagine. Okay, and just imagine being in the center of a flooding situation like this, like what you saw with Hurricane Sandy, Katrina, and Harvey. Okay, and having access in your own home to power and clean water. These are options that can save lives. And also, I want you to imagine having the ability to isolate your vehicle in a waterproof environment when needed, but also use it every day as your garage. All at the press of a button. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that a great thought? And wouldn't that be fantastic to have right now? But it's coming. All these innovations and so much more will be coming in the late part of 2017 from HGI. And I am so sure that the latest technology coming out of the company will not only have an impact, but also, have something that'll be there for everyone. It's not just for people that can just, that can go and afford it. You got to make this technology affordable, and that's what we're doing. This is why we're looking to make this a standard in the next generation of bills coming out of HCI. These are going to be standard elements. It's not an add-on or a luxury. It's something that's standard because we care, and we want it to be standard. And I get excited just talking about all the innovation that'll be coming down the pike from HCI. And it's not just about making a profit. You have companies that are for-profit companies, and it's great they're making money, but it's about bringing everyone into the new age of technology, because if you're not doing that, then what are you doing? You're just going out there, you're chasing the buck. Okay, innovators don't just chase the buck. They're chasing the dream. They're going and trying to do something to change the world, have an impact. That's what you want to do. You want to be crazy enough that you can do that. Crazy enough that you can think that you can do that and actually execute and make it happen. Look at your history books. See all the crazy people out there that had these crazy ideas that changed the world. From the car, to the TV, to electric, to everything, to electricity, to everything. You got to have these dreams and these goals of doing better for the world. And the goal of HCI is to make technology and the modular builds, and even beyond that, make it all affordable. So that with our strategic partnerships with philanthropic organizations, we can bring builds to impoverished nations that would give sustainable power and clean water to the builds and communities in those areas. Okay, we can have an impact, a positive impact, and save lives. And this is part of the plan of HCI. And at the end of the day, there's a much bigger plan in place with HCI, and I really, really look forward to continuing to share the story of our journey and the impact that it will be making globally. Just remember, being a for-profit company doesn't mean that the company has less of an obligation to do good for others. It's your responsibility to do good. So just watch what HCI will be doing in the coming months. And we look forward to the continued support and increased support from the government agencies, communities, and just anyone that believes that we can do more to add to the world. If you're bringing forward technology that's going to help people, especially if you're talking about in their home or their buildings, so that they don't get destroyed as easily as they are right now. Put on your TV. See what's going on over there in Houston. See how the homes, as they're being broken down, and all the wood framing and everything's all over the place because of how they're built. HCI is going to change all that. And they're going to do it for everyone. Okay. Now, with that said, this is the closing of Money Never Sleeps, this episode. I am going to continue to come back to you with more insight onto what HCI is doing and more insight onto the technology part of everything. Because the Internet of Things is in front of you, in front of all of us. Can't escape it. So either you're moving forward or you're not. Because if you're not moving forward, you're moving back. There's no standing still in this environment. And that's the reality of it. All right, but I want you guys to have a great day, have a profitable day if you're trading, see what's going on out there. And one thing that I'll say, as far as trading is concerned, and investing, is that when things like this happen, disasters like this happen, you have a lot of industries that get impacted. People think right now that the gas and oil, industry is going to get devastated. No, I mean, I think it's this time of the year they start going in for maintenance and everything. So the impact's not going to be as much. You're going to have a lot of impact I believe in the plastics industry because of what the oil, when it's broken down in a refinery, you have certain elements that are utilized in plastics. So that there may be an impact there. Okay, so I mean, look for companies that are involved in that arena, and you're gonna have to make a judgment call there on what you want to do, because I'm sure those prices are going to spike up a little bit. All right, in any event, you guys have a fantastic trading day, and we'll be back with you next time on Money Never Sleeps.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.
All opinions expressed by Louis Velazquez on the Money Never Sleeps radio show and its website are solely his opinions and do not reflect the opinions of the UCW radio show or their parent company or affiliates, and may have been previously disseminated by him on television, radio, internet, or another medium. You should not treat any opinion expressed by him as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of his opinion. His opinions are based upon information he considers to be reliable, but neither the UCW radio show nor its affiliates, parent companies, and or subsidiaries warrant its completeness or accuracy, and it should not be relied upon as such. The UCW radio show, Louis Velazquez, its affiliates, parent companies, and or subsidiaries are not under any obligation to update or correct any information provided on the radio show or on the website. His statements and opinions are subject to change without notice. No part of his compensation from the UCW radio show is related to the specific opinions he expresses. Please read the full disclaimer on MoneyNeverSleepsRadio.com.